No goodbye, no thank you, just an email, and 25 years vanished. That morning, David was the operations manager of a successful company. By nightfall, he was no one. A 52-year-old man sitting in a silent kitchen with nothing but cold coffee and a heart full of questions. What now? Who am I if I'm not what I've built all these years? His wife had left 2 years ago. The kids were grown and busy with their own lives. And now, the career he thought he'd retire with, gone in seconds. David thought this was the end. But in the silence of that evening, with shame and uncertainty filling the room, a quieter voice inside whispered something else. Maybe this isn't the end. Maybe this is the first time you're free. The next day, David did something small. He got up early, not because he had to, but because he couldn't sleep. He took a walk around the block, noticed how the wind felt against his face. Then, he sat on a park bench with a notebook and wrote one question. What have I always loved, but never had the courage to do? He stared at the blank page for a while, then wrote, fixing old bikes. It made no sense. He wasn't a mechanic, he didn't need money, but there was something soothing about the thought of fixing something broken. That afternoon, he posted online, free bicycle repair, no charge, just something I enjoy. The first week, 1 person showed up, then 3, then 7. By the end of the month, David had repaired 22 bicycles, some rusty, some broken beyond belief. But each one reminded him of something. You don't have to know where you're going. You just have to begin. At first, it was just about the bikes, the grease, the rhythm of tightening, aligning, balancing. But then something else began to happen. People stayed, not just to say thanks, but to talk. One man told David about his recent divorce. A teenager asked for help, then admitted he had no father at home. A mother cried while David worked in silence, saying, "You're the first adult to ask me how I'm doing," and wait for an answer. David didn't have therapy training. He didn't offer advice. He just listened. In between spoke wheels and squeaky chains, something unexpected unfolded. Human connection. Healing on both sides. Because as he fixed their bikes, David began to realize maybe he wasn't fixing bikes at all. Maybe he was fixing himself. Word spread. The local paper wrote a story. The Bike Whisperer of Maple Street. A school asked him to teach a workshop. The community center offered him space to set up. He didn't have a business plan. He wasn't chasing a brand. There were no ads, no metrics, no spreadsheets. There was just presence and purpose and peace. At 52, David didn't start a company. He started again, with his hands, with his heart, and with the quiet knowing that success is not what you build, but what you become while building. People came to him not for perfection, but because his story felt like theirs, broken, bruised, but not done yet. David never became famous. He never went viral. He never made millions. But one night, a boy left him a note on the bench. "Thank you. I wanted to die last year, but your shop gave me a reason to keep pedaling." David folded the note, sat in the same kitchen where everything had once ended, and smiled, because he finally understood. He hadn't lost his life at 52. He had just started living it. If you feel like it's too late to start, to change, to matter, let this story remind you. As long as you're breathing, it's not too late. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not done. This is Inner Light Compass, where endings are only disguised beginnings. And wherever you are right now, your next chapter is waiting.